Horse racing, 10 dark secrets. There exists a bloody corner in the glitzy world of horse racing. Though many owners, trainers, and jockeys love their horses, some couldn't care less about these hooved wonders. They see thoroughbreds as machines to make money as fast as possible and be discarded afterward. Every area of a racehorse's life and death gets milked, sometimes in horrific ways. 10. Healthy newborn foals are killed. Many owners' financial situations go downhill quickly, and by the time the foal is born, they no longer want to pay the large sum. Apart from the thousands swallowed up by the stud fee, many more thousands would go into the foal's upkeep and training. It's a financial gamble to hope that after investing all that, the foal will grow up and become a good earner. When finances are shaky, owners just don't want to take that chance, so they kill the foal and save themselves the expense. 9. Organized crime. Racing is big money, and where big money blooms, organized crime is never far away. The sport's history is riddled with sordid incidents, including horses getting shot or kidnapped. 8. Champions are butchered. The next time you pub crawl Japan, scan the country's menus for a fruity-sounding item named cherry blossom. It's not a crunchy salad bursting with cherries and garnished with small oriental blooms. It's raw horse meat. You will be likely sticking your chopsticks into what used to be a racehorse. 7. The milk mares. Milk mares are the foster mothers of the horsey world. They feed foals orphaned or rejected by their own birth mothers. To have milk, a milk mare must have had her own child. So where is her own foal when she is busy suckling another? Dead. 6. Horses are whipped. As the public becomes more informed about the use and consequences of the racing whip, more people begin to frown on the practice, but jockeys love it. They use it mostly to spur their mounts on during the last stretch of the race. This is weird because the horses aren't exactly strolling toward the winning post during this time. They're running at full speed and cannot go any faster. 5. Racehorses are too inbred. The thoroughbred gene pool resembles a muddy pond that shrinks with every passing year. Today's strong and fit animal is close to an illusion compared to earlier racehorses that were not as fast but could run forever. Now young colts and fillies run on ankles too small for their bulky bodies, and 90% of those finishing a race bleed from their lungs, sometimes so badly that it sloshes out as a nosebleed. 4. Horses start racing too young. Some of the biggest prize purses come with races held for the 2 and 3-year-olds. That's like placing a preschooler into pro athletics. They will get hurt and washed up before they are even fully grown. At that age, the skeleton is still hardening. These developing juveniles face rigorous training and racing that streak their careers and future with horrible injuries. It's no longer unusual to see a racehorse retire at the age of 3 or 4, when previously they would only be beginning their careers. In the past, racehorses started racing at a later and much better developmental stage. 3. Drug addiction. The racing world floats on a sea of hard-to-detect designer drugs injected into horses every day. Medications meant to ease an animal's pain, such as morphine, are being used to get the horse out onto the track again as fast as possible. But masking the pain and forcing the animal to run on an existing injury has dire results. If it doesn't cause the horse to break down during the next race, it can certainly worsen the injury. 2. Mares are force-bred. In nature, if a mare isn't ready for mating, she'll refuse the stallion's attentions, and that will be the end of it. But in the breeding shed, and with humans working on a time schedule, such behavior is labeled as being difficult. She is bodily tied down and drugged according to the amount of resistance. She is then forcefully bred to a stallion, sometimes only a few days after having given birth to a foal. 1. Horses are killed for insurance. Calumet Farm was famous for producing more Kentucky Derby winners than any other establishment, but Aladar was their most stellar racehorse. Not only did he shine on the racetrack, but his stud fees provided Calumet with tens of millions of dollars. insured for a mouth-watering $36.5 million by Lloyd's of London. The stallion's policy was set to expire in a couple weeks when Aladar was discovered in a stall with a badly broken right rear leg. A cast was placed on the leg, but Aladar later managed to fall and hurt himself even worse. The legendary horse was euthanized after that. The insurance company paid out, and Calumet president J.T. Lundy got a separate bank loan of over $65 million under fraudulent circumstances. Despite this, the stud farm still folded and went bankrupt. Because of the fraud and the farm's dire financial situation, some argued that Aladar had been killed in a last-ditch effort to save the place. Lundy was sent to prison for the bank fraud, but he was never brought to book for Aladar's death, though the judge conceded that Lundy certainly had the motive and opportunity to kill the horse.